Welcome to Michelle's Opinions. As we are all waking up, we see the changes all around us, and we're growing into this new understanding of who we are. We learn that we are limitless. We share the tools for growth and better understanding. I have 17 years of experience and many tools in my toolbox that I want to share with you to help you to understand and teach you to be the sovereign being that you are. Welcome to the family, and I hope you enjoy this episode of Michelle's Opinions. Hey guys, let's talk Q. Now this is a little out of the ordinary for this channel, and the only reason that I'm bringing it up is because there's this widespread information going on that the flower of life is based, or the QAnon map is based on the flower of life. And so what I've done for you is I've taken some screen captures of this map, this QAnon map, which is a total mess. It's a nightmare, you guys. And then I want to do a little bit of explaining on the flower of life and how the flower of life does not take away from us. If anything, it shows how we impact one another, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's an understanding that we all need to come to, so that way we're taking into consideration what we're doing to other people with our actions. All right, let's look at the QAnon map. I've got it listed as, let's look at the, I've got map 1, map 2, and then I should have total map. So let's look at map 1. Okay, map 1, this is the top half of that QAnon map that was released, showing how everything is intertangled, intertwined, and connected, with the Pentagon somewhat in the center, which I do have a screen capture of the entire map. It's going to look a little short and squatty, but you'll get the gist of it. The reason I cut it in half is so that way, if you want to put this on full screen, you can see how all of these different agencies and, are all interlinked within one another as the control grid matrix that we seem to all be escaping from. And that's just about the, as strong as my opinion is going to go on with this QAnon stuff going on. Now, here is the second part of the map, the bottom part. But I want to point out to you, I don't know if you guys can see my mouse or not, but down in the, it's to my left corner, it shows things like the Mayan calendar, 2012, the Age of Aquarius, solar shift, revelations, apocalypse, pole shift, antichrist, Nibiru, and the Schumann resonance, people pay attention to that. But what I wanted to bring up to you guys, and this is pretty much the only thing that I'll bring up on any kind of opinion that I have on it, is that when you're going through these things and your eyes are being peeled open, these things are on the outer edge of this map. Like we're getting ready to escape. It even has the mystery booms that people are hearing and all this, anomaly. I even saw the Mandela effect. Yes, the Mandela effect is in here. Akashic records. All of these things are all, tied in and looped into this map. But I'm just looking with discernment here at where this area is. And it looks like it's at the very bottom, of like we're getting ready to escape out of the system. So there are those two halves of the map. Now let me show you, I will show you the total map. I want to show you flower of life. And if we look at the flower of life, it's actually quite beautiful, especially compared to that map. And we are one of those circles, and our families and loved ones are looping in, and it kind of does a ripple effect out. And part of this self-awareness and discovery that we're going through is understanding who and what we are, and how our emotions, our energy, and our actions affect those around us that are linked into our flower of life, and realizing that each of them are their own loop in the center. And it's not that it takes away or gives, it is a matter of becoming self-aware, sovereign, and respecting one another, loving each other as equals, not trying to overpower or shout anybody down, but it's in perfect harmony. And when you are surrounded by people who love you unconditionally, who don't want to pound their way of thinking into your mind, you'll see that everything balances out as beautifully as this flower of life does. Now, I want to go back, and I'm going to show you again this map. Does that look like a flower of life, or does that look like a big old mess? You know, I mean, just think about it. Use your discernment, guys. Just look, just look at it. Okay, now let's see. I've got another flower of life. Let me show you this one. I'm sorry if you hear sounds in the background. My husband's out here with me, and my microphone picks up everything and just magnifies it. Look at this one, guys. See how it's so symmetrical and so beautifully done. Again, picture that map. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because somebody compared that map to the flower of life and said the flower of life is bad. It's not. It's one of the most beautiful things to understand and comprehend, and stepping up into our leadership and how we affect one another. Oh my gosh, just the fundamental values of knowing who and what you are, how you influence others around you, how others influence you, gives you inner strength, inner guidance, allows you to be that sovereign being. We are learning how to control where we put our energy, how to convert energy as it comes into us, into, sending it back out with a hug and a kiss. Absolutely amazing. Okay, now I'm going to pull up the Q, the entire Q total map. Now it's going to look a little squatty, and that's because it's so big, and I stretched it to fit the screen for you guys so you could see it better. And does this resemble the flower of life to you guys? Tell me in the comments, what do you think? Does it look anything like a beautiful, symmetrical flower of life? Or does this just look like a mosh posh of a mess? I mean, honestly, it's just, that's what it is to me. This looks like a huge mess to me. But this is the entire map. Again, I don't know if you can see my mouse. I will link it to the show more notes so you can get a better bird's eye view of it if you would like. But I just wanted to come on and clarify, that we are not, this is not a representation of the flower of life. This is a representation of something that is trying to be a control mechanism that we are coming out of, and taking our positions as leaders and working together hand in hand is going to be what gets us out of this conundrum. Anybody who, can think, about this and reasonably, they can see that this does not have anything or any comparison with the flower of life. But that was the only thing that I wanted to correct on that. This QAnon thing, I have not been really following it, but I have stumbled across it with a few other people that are actually looking into this, and that was just something that stirred wrong. And like even with anything I say, guys, use discernment. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. You're a unique, infinite, beautiful being. We're coming into the awareness of all of our abilities and gifts. It's a beautiful time to be alive. And the exposure of how intertwined all these corporations and everything are is the beginning of wisdom. So I'm not going to, tell anybody which path to take because they're on their own narrow path. But I did want to correct that map and that whole system, the flower of life, to me is divine. It was inspired by God, and it's a representation of us and how we affect one another. And once we get that down, God will lead us into all truths. Christ will lead us into all truths. Source will lead us into all truths. It's not about the label, guys. It's about seeking from within and getting the answers to everything that's going on in our lives. It's absolutely wonderful. I have the Patreon, and the link is in the thing I'm going to show you guys here. If something, God forbid, was to happen to this platform, we would be able to continue on with Patreon. They have a live stream feed over there. So even if you do not contribute, I suggest you earmark the page, because if something happens to this platform, family, we will continue to grow there. No problem. I love you guys all so much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Michelle's Opinions. We're on this journey together. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You may want to bookmark this page. You can sponsor the channel for as little as a cup of coffee a month. But if you bookmark this page, we can continue on with the work there, free of charge, on their platform. I will see you soon. I love you all so much. Have a great day. Peace.